Bitcoin just hit a new all-time high, but does this signal now an unstoppable momentum of bullish movement to the upside, or will we see a reversal soon? In this video we'll go over the key areas that I have identified that might come into play over the next days or even months that could drive the price for Bitcoin higher, or will we go even lower now? So what I might be seeing on the chart is not what you are seeing. So let me explain you what are my thoughts on Bitcoin for the next months. Before we start, let's take a look at the market dominance of Bitcoin. Bitcoin was in a steady uptrend here, dominating the market and entering now an area where we have tended to retrace, and you could call it the start of Altseason when this starts to decline. So the top area, let's say, we can call this resistance now, so let's do it as resistance. Our resistance here, the highest dominance Bitcoin had in the last, it's now almost 7 years, was 70%. But it tends to reverse at around 67, something like this percent, and here altcoin starts. So we are starting to approach this level and are desperately looking for this reversal, because if this is not the case, there will be no alt season. Speaking of alt season, let's look at the crypto total market cap excluding Ethereum and Bitcoin, and this is looking really healthy here. In one of my previous videos I have talked about this area here where we have retraced from, so we have made a push down, push up. So here new, let's say you can say new liquidity was getting into coins that are not Bitcoin and Ethereum, and if we just see this as a technical analysis, we should at least see price going up here, which will also altcoins with them a little bit. I don't think they will go parabolic right now because we know the cycle, and for those of you that don't know how the crypto market behaves, first Bitcoin pumps, then ETH needs to outperform percentage wise. Let's say Bitcoin pumps 2, ETH pumps 10, and then the money will flow from Bitcoin, new all-time high, people take their money when they sell, Ethereum pumps, let's say maybe new all-time high, and then we have, let's say, bigger market caps that will pump, and this is then the so-called alt season. Normally what follows after is, let's say, let me call it shit season, because here you see all the memes pumping and stuff, but memes are this cycle behaving a little bit different. So just for a little clarification here, this level has been acting as a real support and as a resistance here in the past, so I'm expecting that more liquidity will come in the next months or weeks into the alt season or into the altcoins, and we maybe see a alt season end of August till November. This is what my prediction and feeling is, that summer will be a little bit slower and then we pick up the pace again. Let's now jump right onto the Bitcoin chart, and we see, first of all, we have taken out here our old all-time high and have now made the high at, it's now the 21st, at $112,000. So imagine the people that sold here, that did not watch our videos, how they must feel now, because if we look at this, I don't think there is a more cleaner chart when it comes to trends, price action, and technical analysis. Because what have we seen here? This move was just a retracement to our previous resistance. It was, let me just grab, it goes perfectly in line with our trend line here. We have now the third touch, which confirms a trend line. So there's a saying, first 2 touches set it up. So touch 1 and touch 2. Third one has now confirmed our trend line here, and we have perfectly reacted from our 0.5 pip retracement, which is the area we are looking to get in some buys when we see a retracement happening after a new swing high has been made. And let's also check something else here. We also have now started the 5th move, our trend. So trends tend to move in 5 waves, and the 5th wave will be somewhere, for my prediction. Now we encounter one problem when stocks or crypto hit a new all-time high. we have no more reference points. You see, here we had the reference points, our last high acted as support. You see, our last resistance acted as support. Here, again to the left, resistance, resistance. Reference point acted here as support. But what is up here? Here's the big white nothing. So there is nothing here. We cannot say, okay, we will reach this area, we will retrace probably from here. So this is where you need to just keep your hands a little bit. And in areas like this, you need to be really careful. Because yes, you might take profit here and price will run to here, but it will also retrace. That's what you need to keep in mind. And after a 5 wave push to the upside, we often see a correction happening. And this will come. So this is the next thing that we need to take a look at. Where is price likely to go, let's say, after? So if we just now take the scenario, we now push higher, top out, and then we have different scenarios. So I do see price definitely going back in here, in this gap, and also in this gap. We will see, cannot guarantee something. I say that we will see Bitcoin a 9 in the front again. The question here is now, will we do something like this? Which I don't think is the case for now. I think we do something like this, to be honest. That we come back in here. No, 2026 will be the highs. We will see everybody selling, or probably the institutions, because that's what you need to keep in mind now. This whole price action is not driven by institutions. And I can show this to you by looking up the Google search results for Bitcoin and the interest. Let's just take a look here at this graphic. So, and here you see it. In 2021, where the last bull run was, this was at a peak. So this is, let me look up the metrics. It's a point for, it's a metrics from 0 to 100. So 100 is the highest. So the interest was really, really high. We are now sitting at $112,000 for one Bitcoin, which is more expensive than 1 kilogram of gold, and the interest is nearly at 0. So imagine what possibility we still have to the upside when retail comes in, but retail will, if you're not prepared, be probably used as exit liquidity, because institutions, they cannot hold forever. They will sell at some point, and of course they try to sell as high as they can, because imagine BlackRock having trillions and billions over capital, and the amount they made when they bought in here. So let's say Bitcoin goes up to 150k, that's 63% gain on their investment. Now they usually, I think they do, let's say 5% or even 2%, which is really, really big for them. And now they made 60%. So they will sell here at some point. And this is probably the point where we will see the shift from, as I explained earlier, Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoin season. So this is my expectation for Bitcoin the next months, the next weeks, and also for the future, because I think that in 2026 there will be a big flush out. We will see a move like this. We will go back down in here, and it's not that it's over for Bitcoin. From here on, we can again climb higher. But it will just take time, as it has done here, was going up. And in the future, we will see Bitcoin at high prices, because we see institutions adopting, we see nations adopting. So there is no doubt, and crypto will stay. Crypto is here to stay. There is no chance. There is a technical chance that Bitcoin will not be present in the future. For now, 140 is the goal. Then we see pullbacks appearing, maybe back to 66. And then we see new all-time highs, maybe in something like 2028, 2030. So this is my prediction for what future has to bring for us. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure like and subscribe, follow our channel so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos from my co-hosts Quinton, Kate, and our newly joined member, the Crypto Professor. See you in the next one. Bye bye.